I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger.
He was a major national star, had two or three hit records.
Some days begin with a trip to the studio for yet another audition. It's a lifestyle not unlike that of many actors in Hollywood. However, he's probably the only one making the trip in a vintage 1930 Chrysler.
I've got the song that I sing. I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love.
His acting resume is not like the others either. You see, 25 years ago, Johnny Crawford had already experienced what most actors long for. He was a star. He not only earned an Emmy nomination as Chuck Connor's wide-eyed son on The Rifleman, but won our affection as well.
You know, Paul, Walt was right all along. That bird never did nothing to get all chained up for.
On the program, The Rifleman, your relationship with Chuck Connors on screen seemed to be much closer than just two actors working together. Was that the case off-screen?
Well, I was always very proud of the fact that I was an actor and took my job very seriously, but Chuck and I did work well together. There was a rapport there that worked, and I admired him very much. And we were very close. We never had any of the cliche fights that co-stars are supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. We all hear stories about child actors who really don't have much of a childhood. They don't have little childhood chums and that sort of thing. How did that all work out for you, being a child actor?
Well, I was aware of those stories and a lot of the cliches that went with being a child actor, and I tried to avoid them. And also, I felt that I was very lucky. I thought I was the luckiest kid on earth doing a Western television series. So I was aware that I didn't get to play as much baseball. I didn't belong to the Cub Scouts, things like that, but I wouldn't have changed it. I figured that I was getting something in return for losing out on those things.
Being a star was never that important for Crawford. Being a thoroughly professional actor was, and still is today. And that father-son relationship on screen was indeed real, for Chuck Connors remains a close friend.
Now, I'll tell you something, if I may, about that boy. You talk about a hero. He's my hero. He came on the set as a 12-year-old boy and called the various members of the crew, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. 5 years later, he was a major national star, had two or three hit records, and on the last day he left the set, yes, sir, Mr. Jones, it was yes, sir, no, sir, all the way, never changed. To this day, he hasn't changed. And I admire him more than any performer I've ever worked with as a person.
His previous experience included some 60 acting credits, including time as an original Mouseketeer. And there was the singing career that he would eventually return to. But he drifted away from acting in the mid-60s, and before becoming absorbed in the music and trappings of the 1920s, even became a real-life cowboy on the rodeo circuit.
My agents could never find me, and it's not that I really wanted to give up acting, but I couldn't get myself to stay in Los Angeles waiting for the jobs when I knew that Cheyenne was coming up, and Calgary and Pendleton, and it was exciting.
You've now found a new home on the legitimate stage. Will you bring us up to date?
The last 5 years have been very, very happy for me. I can't think of anything I would rather do than theater. It's just the most gratifying thing for an actor to be able to go straight through the play without an interruption and have all day off to think about it and then get another chance to do it.
In late November, he dons his Western duds once again in The Gambler 2 with Kenny Rogers and Linda Evans. But the New York stage is his goal now. His heroes, the great song and dance men of Broadway. And after 33 years of show business experience, Johnny Crawford has learned there's no need to hurry.